Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10? 8? No, it's 8. I'm
8.
tripping. 8. Episode 8 of Random Album Review. I'm your resident J-pop stan, Brian.
J-pop, he changed it up this week. I'm Larry.
That's the hint. And how the show works is each week Larry and I will alternate between each other, choosing an album for the other person to listen to for the first time. And then we talk about it, the normal stuff. But, so, this week, Larry, I chose as I hinted before, a J-pop album.
Yes.
And, it is called I'm gonna butcher this. Kyōgen by Ado, released in 2022.
Yes.
And Ado is I'd say still rising. Honestly, she's been rising for a while. She's a rising, faceless artist, and you know what faceless is. She has never shown her face. She just she does cover songs. She does her own music, and no one has seen her face.
Yeah.
Which is kind of unique.
It's unique. It's cool. Briefly before we started recording, I told Brian I was curious, like about the whole faceless thing, because that's a new concept to me. I had watched like one of her live performances, and it's so interesting the way they set it up. Like they have the crowd further back from the stage than like a normal concert. And then the way they have the lighting set up is she's basically a silhouette on stage with the bright LED background behind her.
Mm-hmm.
So you can clearly see her, the silhouette of her, and I don't know, it's just different. It's artistic in a way.
It's really cool how it like works. And I don't know. I remember. Oh, This is kind of off topic, but she finished. I think she finished her quote unquote world tour. Every artist in Asia calls a world tour anywhere in Asia.
Fair
So you
enough.
just the Asia tour basically. But she has a U.S. tour, a Europe tour, and it's like I think sponsored or like in partnership with Crunchyroll.
Oh,
And I tried to get tickets, and they all sold out. So
that's tragic.
for New York and Chicago, I don't think she's going to Pittsburgh. Actually, I could check real quick. Ado U.S. tour.
Probably not. Pittsburgh's relatively small when you're talking like world
Belgium, Paris,
tours.
London, New York, Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably see like New York, Chicago, maybe Miami, maybe LA.
It's LA now. So the three U.S. locations for what I'm seeing here is Palladium Times Square in New York, Riviera Theater in Chicago, and Peacock Theater in LA.
Yeah. Yeah, the big three for sure.
Yeah, definitely the big three. But back to Ado. We'll talk about some of her history before we go into our songs, right?
Yeah. So I found it very interesting, because something we mentioned briefly before we started recording today. She's younger than both of us.
She was
And
born October
just
24th.
yeah, just a few months younger than both of us. 6 months younger than me, and 5 months younger than you.
Yeah.
But it's like this is somebody that is our age. They've grown up with like the same stuff, and specifically, I found it really interesting because she got her start through. It was a video sharing website called Nico Nico on the Nintendo 3DS of all things.
Real.
And
Like,
she began watching like the videos that people would post on the website of them covering, music. And that's how she got her interest in this. And then she started filming her own covers in her studio, or in her small studio, quote unquote, closet, where she just put up like the foam pieces up on her wall in her closet, and she recorded in there. And that's like that's so real.
that's called chasing your passion.
That is chasing your dream. That is going
Yeah.
for it. And well, I mean, within 2 or 3 weeks of her releasing her first song, she released her first song the day before she turned 18.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 weeks later, it already had like 10 million views on YouTube. It's like that's as real as it gets. Chasing your dream,
Yeah.
chasing your passion,
Mm-hmm.
and like hitting it big.
I think I think well, I'll say this as well. What I think what separates her from other artists is which the viewers, unless they've heard her before or have like not listened to her and are listening to her for the first time, right? She has a very unique tone to her voice, and
Yeah.
it is awesome in my opinion.
It's beautiful in its very, very own unique way.
Very strong voice. I'll say very,
Yes.
very good. So, next up, gotta talk about some songs.
The
And
best part.
this week I chose two of her songs off this album. I chose her debut, called Usewa,
Hmm.
which means shut the F up or shut up.
Does it actually?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Use I think means shut up, and then Usewa I think I actually don't know. It might be like a different saying of the word, or it might actually add like another word.
Yeah,
I don't know, but I know Use means shut up because anime and people I know have said that before.
sure.
So, and the song, I think the song, like when reading the lyrics, right?
Hmm.
Looking at it is like, she's trying to go against the social norm,
Yeah.
I believe. So it says in her first verse, she says, "I was an honor student, being young before I realized I was already grown up. A train of thought like a knife, which I didn't have that with me, but I'm not having enough fun. Something is missing. These troubles better be are some these troubles these troubles better are somebody's fault. Okay, I'm just confused today."
Hmm.
And it sounds like it's like when you're young, you try your best to be an honor student. You want to go to college and all that stuff, but then like you think about it, like you're gonna miss out on some things. Like you miss out on some fun,
Hmm.
miss out on like hanging out with friends, having fun, experiencing this, that,
That's a
whatever.
it's a very big time commitment and energy commitment. I mean, for 3 months at a time, back to back in a year, it's brutal.
Hmm. And the lyrics, as you read, it looks like it's exploring the idea of like what is right or what is wrong. Nothing is right. Nothing is wrong. You can
Yeah.
do whatever you want. Like here, uh, yeah. Shut up, shut up, shut the hell up. I'm healthier than you think. You are too mediocre to understand me, perhaps. You're so you are the perfect match to those ordinary melodies of yours. Shut up, shut the hell up. I deal with things differently, so no problem at all. And you know exactly what it means. It's like there are there's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. Like someone can look, what is it?
It's
Someone can be whatever they want. They don't have to
it's
do. They don't have to match with society. They don't have to go to
yeah.
work at a dead end
It's
job or like work millions of hours a week. Sorry, go ahead.
No, no, you're fine. It's something that's come up at least, in the now eighth episode, at least probably half of the episodes at this point of, just
Oh yeah.
being yourself, being who you want to be, not letting the outside world influence you, because it's about you. It's about living your
Hmm.
best and happy life.
Yeah, and like I mean, it's just like the lyrics of the song is just like she just fights against the fact that society is like, oh, you have to work hard, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. It's like, no,
Hmm.
I just want to live the way I want to live, and I think everyone can understand that
Just
a
want to
little
live
bit.
our happy lives. That's all.
Hmm. Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next song. Bit more of a different song here. So it is her. Pull it up real quick. It's her sixth song off the album. It is called Aita Kute. Oh, I butchered that. But it is a song. It's a love song. Like you read the lyrics, it's a love song.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the word Aita Kute means I want to see you. I believe. Like I want to see you. I want to meet you. Like
Yeah.
yeah. And I mean the lyrics are just like I don't know. For some reason, this like when I heard this song, I was like, wow, I really, I really do just want to see the person, but I don't have anyone, so it just kind of hits
Bro's in his
kind of
bag.
different. I've been in my bag for a few years now. Come on,
In the bag. It's okay. We're in the bag together, pal.
yeah. I mean, it's a love song. I think my favorite verse. No, not favorite verse. There's a version of the song where she has just there's a version where it's just piano and strings, so there's no drum or like electronic sounds in the background.
Yeah.
And that song I think was it made me feel like I teared up a bit listening to it. I'm like, wow, this is because her
Brian's
voice adds
moved.
so much to it too. I am moved.
As you
Don't
should,
cry.
honestly.
Don't cry. I want to cry at like anime endings or some shit. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I
Hey,
don't
no, that
really.
yeah, fair.
Yeah, but I mean lyrics like I want to see you. I want to meet you. My feelings overflow, crossing the limit. The world is covered with love. I'm gonna tell you. Riding together.
Yeah.
Also, it says that it was. I just learned that. Like not. I feel like I knew I heard the song before. Apparently, it's what's it called? An insert song. So it's like one of the OST songs in the popular romance comedy manga anime called Kaguya-sama: Love is War. You may have
Mm.
heard of it, or you
Yeah,
may have heard someone
I've
talk
heard of
about
it.
it. It's very, very good, I'd say.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
I recommend it.
I've heard of it.
uh, oh yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay, I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
apologize.
no,
I
no,
apologize.
it's good. It's funny.
Yeah,
It's
I
funny.
remember now.
It's
I
funny.
remember now.
You know where I've heard it from.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. So, other than me spewing about all this stuff, right? And also stuff about love, right? How songs? What are your favorite songs, Larry?
I have a note sheet. As I'm going through, as I'm listening to the songs, I'll put the song title. I'll describe the song a little bit, and then I'll talk about how it made me feel. And it's maybe like 2 or 3 sentences. But there was one
Mm,
specific song where I heard it and I just wrote one word. I
oh,
heard it, and I believe you said it's pronounced Usewa.
yep.
I just wrote
You say
Usewa.
wow.
Banger.
Banger.
It's
I love
so
that.
good. It's so good. I listened to the
It's
album once, listened to it again, and then as I was just sitting here, reviewing my notes and stuff, I would just go back and re-listen to Usewa a couple times. It's so fun. It's great.
it hits different. It's also her debut track. Like
It's
that's the song she debuted with.
it's an incredible debut.
It is a really good debut.
But
Oh
I mean,
man.
there's a couple others that I definitely really liked. I also really liked Ready Made, the opening song on the album.
Ready Made is good.
It's a very good one. But other than that, there weren't any that like super super stood out.
Mm-hmm.
But it was good overall.
That's fair, yeah. I personally I like Gusewa. Well,
Hmm.
I've been listening I listen to that whenever I need it. It's a very good hype song, we'll say that
It's
much.
very good.
For a song that says for fighting against the norm, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Another song like I said earlier, Aita Kute, the love song, kinda missing you song. And I also liked Odo because it makes me want to like if it just feels hype like Odo, the second song off the
Yeah.
album. So hype, in my opinion.
Yeah. Hey, it's very good.
And also, I haven't listened to this album in a little bit, so I re-listened to it. And was it Fireworks? There was one song that was like Summary. Yeah, Fireworks. And I'm like, I've never heard her sing. I remember hearing her sing on this beat, and I was like, this is. I forgot how good this was. So that's a song. I wouldn't say it's like I put it on my favorites, but I forgot how good it was.
That's
So
yeah. That's reasonable. It's a
yeah,
surprising song to come back to.
it is. So any songs you dislike?
Um, Not not particularly. I mean, if anything, maybe like I don't know, maybe Lucky Bruto, and
Yeah.
maybe and please forgive my pronunciation, Kagakushu, the
I
second
see.
to
Yeah, I
last
see.
song.
Kushi. Yeah.
They just didn't do a whole lot for me. I don't know. And part of it could have just been, towards the end of the album, some things can just start to get a little too much, but it
Hmm.
nothing on the album that was like outstandingly bad or anything. Just
Hmm.
between like all the songs on the album, those are probably the two that if I listen to it again, I might just go ahead and skip over them. But
Yeah, that's fine. Every album has a song. Like, I don't feel like
yeah,
listening. I don't want to listen to this, or I don't feel like listening to it.
just ain't happening. It ain't
Which is
cooking.
fair. All right. What are your thoughts overall on the album? You got any?
A lot of fun. My first J-pop album. Um, very different. Very a lot of the songs very fast moving, very upbeat. It gets you, like you said, a little hype in a lot of ways.
Hmm.
I still find it like so unbelievably fascinating, like the whole
Up.
faceless singing and like everything
Yeah.
behind that. Because like when you sit here and you idolize, artists or celebrities of any kind of sports athletes, you recognize their face, but
Yeah.
like here you don't have that. You can't look at
Hmm.
the person and go, "Oh my God, is that Slash from Guns N' Roses?" No, like
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
a
go ahead.
very, 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 very real possibility that she just walks around town all day and nobody would ever know. No one.
Yeah, which is
That's the point.
which I think. Yeah, that's the point. I think like she really enjoys like obviously she enjoys doing this, and the fame is probably pretty cool. But like then again, you think about it, right? Well, this happens with K-pop idols a lot, like in America, kind of too, and in Korea. But like they go out to eat at like a restaurant, and they're just
Yeah.
obviously there are some fans that are polite and courteous. They're like, oh, they just wave and be like, wow, I waved to BTS or whatever.
Yeah.
And then there are some fans that are like, oh, we have to swarm them. We have to swarm them. We can't let them
Yeah,
have a
there
good day. We have to
there's
swarm them. Like,
there's been countless songs and I can think of off the top of my head from different artists of all different walks of life and all different genres and uh, that have made songs along the lines of like how much they kind of dislike being famous and dislike
oh
the
yeah,
like never being able to live a quote unquote like normal life, walking around
hmm,
and not having somebody stop you for a photograph or an autograph or to ask you a question or this or that, or in some
hmm,
cases where some of these artists get followed by people and stuff like that. That's not cool. It's
yeah,
not. And she's just completely avoiding it and good for her.
hmm,
You don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to deal with it.
yep. Oh my god, I just remembered. I missed the whole point on our talk. So she's been on the up and up, but like
Yes.
I think one of the biggest roles that she had recently was she was the singer voice actress for One Piece character Uta in the movie One Piece Red,
Nice.
and I think yeah, all the songs are under her name, and she has like there's a whole album which I could have chose, which is all just like her. I think they're all quote unquote original songs. They're not like any covers or anything,
Hmm.
and they're all just she's just singing the songs, and they're all really good, and
Do
I think
you
that put her into the spotlight more, I
Yeah,
believe.
I mean, definitely. Um, Being attached to a piece of media.
You?
Hello? Are we back? Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
You just
Um,
said you when you just stopped
Sorry.
talking.
Yeah, I think my internet cut out for a moment. But being
Yeah.
attached to a piece of media that large, such as One Piece, it that'll get you a lot of notoriety. And I was gonna ask, do you happen to know if that album is it all original? Like, is it all done for the show?
It was done for the movie. Yes.
Or yeah, for the movie. I apologize. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's
Yes.
really cool.
Hmm. I think the song "New Genesis," yeah, it's called "New Genesis," is the title track of the movie and the
Hmm.
album.
Nice.
So it's really cool. I remember when it was first coming out, we were all like, "Wow, Ado in One Piece, this is awesome!" And then after that, she
Yeah.
got more popular. She had a tour of Asia,
Yeah.
and now she's touring America and Europe.
Doing cool, big, awesome things.
Younger than us.
Younger than us and doing all of these things.
I mean,
Doesn't it
yeah.
make you feel great?
Oh yeah, it feels great about my options, you know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Woo.
yeah, but it's whatever, you know. Everyone lives their own life. You can do whatever you want, obviously.
Exactly.
Anyway, my thoughts, if you cared.
Oh, we
Uh,
care.
I thought I thought it was very good. Especially for like her debut album kind of thing. All these songs, I believe, were also singles that she dropped. So this is basically like a compilation album of all her songs in one. Which I mean, it puts it all in the album, and you want to listen to all her music at once.
Yeah.
It really does help, other than going through one single at a time.
It puts it all
But
into one place.
yeah, it's really, really, really good. Like that a lot. So
Well,
the most important part of the episode, Larry.
oh boy.
What was your rating on it?
Um it's different. It's
Oh,
different. I don't hate it. I don't love it. There's definitely the few songs on there that I really, really liked, but then, like I said, there were some songs that I didn't care for quite as much. I
mm-hmm,
still see myself going back and listening to some of the songs, maybe even the whole album, sometime.
mm,
Um, I give it a 7.5. It's still very it's very good, but it
yeah,
just there's some soft spots in there. It could have
mm,
done a little bit more for me.
that's fair.
Well, Brian,
Well, I I give it a 9.
hey,
I
nothing
see
wrong with that.
my grading scale is might be a bit off, a bit weird, but I I like the only reason I rate the albums I pick very highly is because I like them.
Yeah, there's nothing
Like,
wrong with that either,
so
because
it's
then
like I'm not gonna give Larry an album that I personally think is a 4.
if Brian thinks the album is a 4, what
That'd be
is Larry gonna think of
hilarious,
it?
actually.
You gotta do it for the one time.
The one time, yeah.
Just gotta be
The
like,
April
yeah.
Fool's
So I
episode.
give this a 4. Larry, what do you give it? Oh yeah, I give it
No,
a 0. It's
Larry, what'd
horrible,
you give it?
awful.
What? You gave it a 0? How are you, Brad? Well, I give it a 4. Great April Fool's episode. We just put albums that we hate to
We
give
gotta
to each
find a we
other.
gotta find a joke album.
You do. All right. Well,
Well,
any other comments, questions, concerns, Larry?
I don't think I have any.
Yeah. Well, if you have listened to this album before, then what would you rate it? And what song is your favorite? If not, listen to it. I think you should listen to it.
You should
Larry
try it. Give it a try.
says the
It's
same
fun.
thing.
It's different.
Very cool, very different.
You
Well,
won't know you don't like it until you listen to it.
yep.
You won't know you
Well,
like it until you listen to it. I mean, come on.
won't know if you don't like it until you don't listen to it. So
Exactly.
you don't know until you don't like it until you don't listen to it. That was the greatest sentence I've ever said in my life.
The greatest spoken word of all time.
Yep. A lot of don'ts in there. All right. Well, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye
See you
bye.
guys.